Crush Bloomberg Business Week.
Weekday afternoons at 3 Eastern.
On Bloomberg Radio, the Bloomberg Business app.
Or on demand wherever you get your podcasts.
Plus, stream us live on YouTube and Bloomberg.com. Economics.
Chairman Powell looks brilliant off of this.
Finance.
The breaking news for you, the share sale.
Investment.
You're still seeing some momentum in tech.
The Bloomberg Surveillance Podcast.
Do you want some volatility, Tom? Please. Do you want me to go there?
Tom Keene, Jonathan Farrow, and the names that shape the world's markets.
Joseph Stiglitz of Columbia University, the laureate.
Bloomberg Surveillance.
We're seeing sell-off continue to accelerate.
Subscribe today on Apple, Spotify, Bloomberg.com, or wherever you get your podcasts. Now, your 3-day weather forecast on Bloomberg 1130.
Some afternoon sunshine to look forward to and a high up near 70 today. Tonight, partly cloudy, low about 45. Tomorrow, partly sunny, high 65. Tomorrow night, look for clear to partly cloudy skies, low 45. Tuesday, a mix of sun and clouds and a high near 60. That's your Bloomberg 3-day weather forecast. I'm Susanna Palmer. And now let's get a check of Bloomberg Sports.
At the stadium, the Yankees and Blue Jays played the deciding game of their weekend series. The Mets and Giants close out their 4-game set in San Francisco. Texas outfielder Adolis Garcia makes baseball history with 16 total bases and 8 RBIs for the Rangers' 18-3 win over the A's. 3 of the 6 were home runs. NBA, the Knicks look to take a 3-1 lead over the visiting Cavaliers. The Islanders host the Carolina Hurricanes. New York trails 2-1. The Rangers and Devils square up in Game 4 Monday at the Garden. That's the Bloomberg Sports Update. I'm Joel Stern.
You're listening to ABC's This Week on Bloomberg 1130. From ABC News, it's This Week. Here now, Martha Raddatz.
And there was, of course, big news here in Washington this week. The Supreme Court deciding to keep in place access to the abortion drug mifepristone for now. The action blocked lower court rulings that would have scrapped the FDA's approval of the widely used pill and made it harder to obtain. But the decision guaranteed that the legal battle over the drug's availability will stay at the forefront of the national abortion debate, and that the issue could return to the highest court as early as next year. Joining us now to discuss the fallout is Republican Congresswoman Nancy Mace. Thanks very much for joining us this morning. You describe yourself as pro-life, but on this particular case, you thought it should be thrown out.
Right.
What's your reaction to what the Supreme Court?
Well, it was the right decision on Friday night by the Supreme Court. The judge's decision in Texas, this was a hand-picked case with a hand-picked judge to get this outcome. And when you look at the ruling in Texas, in part at least, it used a law that the U.S. Supreme Court in 1983 said was unconstitutional. So the basis for his ruling, I argue, was defunct and it should not have been, and I totally disagree with it.
And this isn't over. There are other cases moving through the court system. Mm-hmm. How do you see this ending up? How do you want this to end up?
Well, I want us to find some middle ground. As a Republican, a conservative, constitutional conservative who's pro-life, I saw what happened after Roe v. Wade because I represent a very purple district, as purple as this dress. And I saw the sentiment change dramatically. And as Republicans, we need to read the room on this issue because the vast majority of folks are not in the extremes. And we just saw, a fetal heartbeat bill signed in the dead of night recently in Florida. That is the wrong message heading into 24. We're going to lose huge if we continue down this path of extremities and finding that middle ground. The vast majority of people want some sort of just